Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us live here at CCBC Essex Stadium for NJCAA Women's Football, or as you call it here in the States, soccer. As Maryland JUCO Athletic Conference superiority is on the line with the Knights of CCBC Essex hosting the Harford Fighting Owls. I'm Niles Longbottom alongside Rocco Jeppy, and you're joined later in the booth by Aaron Thomas. Before we talk a bit about today's matchups, let's send it over to our public address announcer for the introduction of the starters. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to introduce you to this evening's starters, beginning with our visitors from Harford. Number 4, Brianna Stabile. Number 5, Emily Raleigh. Number 7, Emily Doschel. Number 9, Grace Hughes. Number 10, Rachel Bowley. Number 12, Mackenzie Wills. Number 13, Alyssa Rotuno. Number 18, Mackenzie Forsyth. Number 20, Casey Dieter. Number 22, Alexandria Adams. And starting in goal for the Fighting Owls, number 00, Crystal Klein. The Fighting Owls are led by head coach Jason Muffaletto, who's assisted by Aaron Lynn, Penelope Fantis, Mike Pistorio, and Bill Wardle. And now the starting lineup for your CCBC Essex Knights. Number 3, Elizabeth Long. Number 6, Bailey D'Amico. Number 9, Mia Mangione. Number 10, Jordan Barledge. Number 11, Mackenzie Smythe. Number 13, Alexis Corbett-Fenical. Number 17, Katie Kilmartin. Number 20, Christina Pasinelli. Number 21, Erin Moran. Number 22, Lindsay Webb. And starting a goal for your Knights, number 0, Francesca Gray. Your Knights are led by head coach Jeff Holland, who's assisted by Hannah Bray, Sean Conroy, and George Holland. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask all that are able to please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and the men and women of the armed forces with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, here at CCBC Essex, we embody the spirit of sportsmanship because it's an important component of being a student athlete. We ask that you please refrain from the use of profanity and let all spectators remain positive and cheering for their favorite team. All right, so there you have it. Starters for both squads. It should be a good match tonight. Lots of history between the Knights and Fighting Owls. The Knights looking to end a bit of bad history as they enter this one 0-8 against Harford over the last 4 years, including the postseason. The Knights finished as runner-up in the Region 20 Division I the last 2 seasons, both times falling to Harford. But head coach Jeff Holland and his team enter this contest with top goal scorer in the conference, freshman Erin Moran. She has 23 goals, which is not only leading the conference, but leads the region as well, and ranks number 2 in the entire nation, trailing first place by just 1 goal. It's been a long road for Moran to get to the pitch here at Essex. Her last 2 seasons did not get started due to an ankle injury and torn ACL, respectively. But it appears that she is back to her old self. 7 multi-goal games in 10 played, including a career-high 6 against Cumberland on September the 16th. Rocco, there's another freshman on the squad that is playing up to her potential this season as well. That's right, Nigel. Another freshman on this team, Lindsay Webb. She was down last season with a torn ACL as well, so didn't get started in her actual freshman season. Sat out. Now she's ranked 2nd on the team with 10 goals. Tallying 3 multi-goal games and a career-high 4 against Hagerstown back on the 21st. So play is underway here at CCBC Essex Stadium. Game time beginning at 5 o'clock on the dot. 77 degrees here in Rosedale, Maryland. Ball sent ahead to Webb by Corbett Fennicle. Fennicle has really come on and played well as the season has progressed this year. Originally more of a forward than a true midfielder, but has been playing both sides of the ball very well. She's been playing over the last couple of weeks a lot more midfield, going from offense to defense, and really has chipped in well for this Knights team, helping to keep things stable as they deal with some key injuries. Of course, out for the season is their number 1 back, Madison D'Amico. And so the team looking to piece some things together, and Corbett Fennicle has given them some of that ability. So Harford now looking to have the first go at it. Polsinelli watches as a good move is made by Boley. Boley puts it into the box. It gets past Liz Long. Harford collects it. Shot on goal, save made by Gray. It goes off the back line. It'll be a corner kick for Harford. Shot was taken by Stabil. And Harford looking to pressure the Knights keeper. The sophomore netminder, Francesca Gray. She has played every minute this season for the Knights. A 1.08 goals against average, 8.28 save percentage, both 2nd in the conference and region. The only better keeper is 120 yards downfield tonight, and we'll get to her in just a few moments. Here comes the corner for Harford. The ball will be sent in by Deschelle, headed out by Mangione for another corner kick for the Fighting Owls. Nigel, Harford comes into this game. It's not just one person scoring. I mean, sure, Forsyth leads the team with 15 goals. Adams, Boley, and Wills also with double digits as we see another attempt, and a header doesn't find its way into the net, Nigel. No, a good go at it there for the Fighting Owls. Just couldn't get it into the net. That one looked like it was going up a 90 on that far post for sure. Good defense and recovery by the Knights to keep this a scoreless game. We're still in just the 3rd minute of play. Webb giving chase, and that one's sent out by the Owls backer, Fighting Owls backer. Looked like it was Humes. It was actually Raleigh. So we will try and get you some of the Fighting Owls names as quickly as we can. If unless we see the backs of the jerseys, that blue on the front is a little difficult to see from up here in the booth. But we'll do our best to get it to you as quickly as we can. Harford threatening again. Ball sent ahead to Humes. Kilmartin chases it down, centered, and sent out by Smythe. Momentarily. Good play by Mangione to take the ball from Stabil. The Knights seem a little bit on their heels right now as that ball is taken away by Dieter. And here come the Fighting Owls again. Sent ahead, Corbett Fennicle going to give a run for the defense. And it's stopped by Gray. Before it goes off the back line, she'll punt it away. Entering now the 5th minute of play. We are scoreless. Harford had a couple of opportunities, have not broken through just yet. Harford just a scoring juggernaut entering this game, outscoring its opponents 85-5. By far the best and widest margin in the conference, averaging 6.5 goals a game, and they're coming off an 11-0 defeat against Montgomery College on Tuesday. The last time this Fighting Owls team lost a game was August 25th, 4-3, and the team that they lost to, not too shabby. They're currently ranked number 2 in the nation. The Owls are ranked in the top 10, came into this game at number 9. Sent away by Long. And now ahead to Moran. Moran going to have a run at it. And she's beaten by Ratuno. Taken down now by Ratuno. Webb centers it to no one in particular. And a foul is called a bit late from the center referee. But Moran gets the foul call nonetheless. So the Knights an opportunity just outside the goal box. The Harford wall sets up. They will wait for the referee to place them. Here come Ballage and Smythe over. Mangione will set up behind the ball. The first opportunity for the Knights. Here's Mangione. Sends it directly at the keeper. Header by Webb is off the post. And cleared out by Doschel. The ball still in the box. Harford trying to get it out. It's kicked off the back line by Moran. And Lindsay Webb is down. Does not look good for the Knights forward. Trainer is being called onto the field. We're going to step aside while they attend to her. 39 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the first half. We are scoreless. All right, so Lindsay Webb working her way off the field. Hopefully it's not too dire for the freshman, as we said at the top of the broadcast. Coming off an ACL injury last year. I believe it was his second ACL repair. The game will resume soon. And Rocco, it's not very often in a game that one sees two of the top goal scorers in the league on the field at the same time, but that's the case tonight. Yeah, it is the Fighting Owls, Mackenzie Forsyth. We talked earlier about Erin Moran. Forsyth comes in with 15 goals, and she's only trailing Moran in the conference and the region. She ranks 17th in the nation. Her 5 assists give her 35 points, which are second in the conference and region and 20th in the nation. Alexandria Adams has 13 goals for Harford, but the Fighting Owls offense not run just through their 2 feet. There's a rebound and over the net. Nigel, that shot taken by Humes. As Gray came out and made the initial save, she was right there for the rebound, but sent it over the crossbar. Yeah, Humes gave a good go at it. The sophomore from Forest Hill, Maryland. She attended Harford Christian for her high school education and studies. But you were saying about this Harford team, a lot of goal scorers on this team. They have 5 athletes on this team with double digits, in addition to Forsyth's 15 and Adams 13. Other players, I should say, Boley and Mackenzie Wills, have tallied 12 and 10 goals each respectively. So 4 players on this team with double-digit goal scoring this season. Now, let's not forget about the Harford defense and goalie. They have not allowed a goal versus a conference opponent in 5 games this season, and goalie Crystal Klein has only had to face 39 shots on goal in 13 games. When strikers do make it past the defense, Klein has performed extremely well, posting a 0.38 goals against average, an .872 save percentage, both of which lead the conference and region. Those same numbers are ranked 8th and 22nd in the entire nation, respectively. So Harford, definitely, arguably, the most formidable opponent that the Knights will face all year. Good movement in the back by the Fighting Owls. Raleigh sends it up, cut down by left foot, Corbett Fennicle. Now back into the middle, Mangione. Up to Paulsonelli. Paulsonelli, far side, looking for D'Amico. D'Amico ahead to Moran. She's on. Moran battling against the defender, works her way through, and the ball trickles into the goal. It is a goal. Moran goes down. Let's see if she gets back up. She's up and okay. I believe they will credit that goal to Moran, and the Knights take a 1-0 lead. 36:40 left in the first half. So got the official word. Erin Moran with the goal. 8 minutes and 20 seconds into the game for Moran. Her 24th goal of the season. She's now tied for the lead on the national stage. Essex goal scored by number 21, Erin Moran. Assisted by number 6, Bailey D'Amico. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 20 seconds. There's a rebound, shot, a score, and just like that, Harford comes back to tie it. Goal scored by Stabil. Just 24 seconds after the Moran goal. Harford goal scored by number 4, Brianna Stabil. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 44 seconds. So for Stabil, her 8th goal of the season. And we are back even here at CCBC Essex Stadium. Nigel Flatbottom alongside Rocco Jeppy. And we are back underway. Harford takes control at midfield. Sent away by Smythe. The Knights are coming off of an 8-0 victory against the sister campus, CCBC Catonsville, on Tuesday. However, they are without their sophomore midfielder, Tiana Hapsis, tonight. She's serving a 1 game for cumulative yellow cards. She picked up her 5th in the game against Catonsville 2 nights ago. And as we stated earlier, the Knights looking to defeat Harford for the first time in over 4 years. The winner of this game would be the undisputed leader in the Maryland JUCO Conference. Great news that we just received. Lindsay Webb, her return to the game is probable. Just a kick to the shin. That must have been some kick to the shin. Maybe get some bigger shin guards or something, because it looked to us up here pretty bad. She was on the ground very long time. But she will be back into the game. We're told her return is probable, as the ball is sent away by Gray, chested down by Polsinelli. Over to Corbett Fennicle. The Knights looking to clear it. It's taken away instead by Forsyth, and out of bounds for a Knights throw-in. So winner of this game will have conference superiority, as the Knights come in 8-2-1, 4-0 in the conference. Harford 12-1, 5-0 in the conference. So the winner will take over sole possession of first place right now. The Knights trail by a half a game, as that shot by Wills goes out of bounds for a goal kick. 34-15 left in the first half. The Knights goal coming at 8:20 from Erin Moran, her 24th of the season. The Owls, Fighting Owls of Harford, not to be outdone. 24 seconds later, Brianna Stabile notched her 8th tally of the year, and that's where we stand 1-1 in the 12th minute of play. Yeah, the Knights, Nigel, really have to keep this one close. We talked about the goal scorers earlier today. Let's talk about somebody who's been setting up those goal scorers, sophomore defender Mackenzie Smythe for the Knights. She has 6 assists coming in, tied for number 4 in the region and conference. And over on the other side, Rachel Boley and Casey Lambert with 9 assists each. They are tied with one another in the region and conference with those 9 assists. So just great matchup here tonight. We see already in the 12th minute, tied at 1, 2 good goalkeepers, a bunch of good goal scorers on the field. Hopefully this one remains close, remains tight. And we'll have to see. We will. Here comes Harford into the box. The ball headed straight into the air by Corbett Fennicle. Out comes Gray to play it, and the ball is put into the net. Waiting to get a number. Harford has taken a 2-1 lead. 32:49 remaining in the first half. So that one was scored by Wills. Harford goal scored by number 12, Mackenzie Wills. Time of the goal, 12 minutes and 11 seconds. So Mackenzie Wills picking up her 11th goal of the season, moving her up momentarily into a tie for 5th place in the conference. Foul by the Knights. Harford will send it away. That one will get into the box off Katie Kilmartin's head and back out. That ball never had a chance off the foot of Adams. Got a bit under the ball. Over the goalpost, over the shooting net, over to the long jump pit. Gray will send it away now. 14th minute of play. Pace. Play a little bit slow right now, a little quieter on the field. Fighting Owls looking to attack again, as Owls tend to do. Yeah, Harford never one to sit on a lead. You know, once they get ahead, Nigel, they're looking to score 1, 2, 3 more goals to put things out of the way as quickly as possible. And it looks like we're going to get a foul called here on Kilmartin. just outside the box, about 10 yards short of the corner area. So Harford still with a good opportunity here. It'll be Ratuno to take the kick. So Ratuno watching. Aaron Moran gets up into the box for the Knights. Late head ball goes over the crossbar as Wills was looking for another. Just a bit too much. It remains Harford 2, CCBC Essex 1. 30 minutes to go, first half. Not exactly hot here in Rosedale, Maryland, but very humid. As that ball is headed back into the box, Gray will bend down, pick it up. No damage on that one. Good kick. Midfield chested down by Webb, who has checked back into the game. Good to see her back on the field. Kilmartin. Has it taken away. Good play by Bowley. Bowley now. A 5'4" freshman out of Perry Hall High School. Not but a stone's throw away from the Essex campus. It's got to really burn you to see someone that's a local product playing for the opposition. As I know many of these girls feel that way. But that's the way it goes in this sport sometimes. Your best friends are your enemies. At least for 90 minutes. Harford threatening again. A good move put on there by Bowley. Left foot shot. Save made by Gray. And I believe it was the right foot, so my apologies. Don't know my left from my right at this time. Gray being tested very early in this matchup, just 17 minutes in. Middle of the field again, drops it back. Mangione will send it now. Far side to D'Amico. D'Amico will look to take on her defender, Doschel. Doschel playing her very well and forces her out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Harford. A good defense there by Doschel. Really playing D'Amico, speed against her, forcing her down the line and out of bounds. Harford, I mean, we said it at the start of this broadcast. There's a reason they've outscored their opponents by 80 goals. They play very good defense. And again, you mentioned earlier, Nigel, that the Harford goalkeeper, Klein, has only faced 39 shots this year. Yeah, that's an unbelievable number, 13 games into the season, to have only faced that many. And I'm looking at the roster, and I don't see, at least marked anyway, another goalkeeper on this team. As a good move. Shot right at Gray, though. Bowley gave it a go. Couldn't get it past the Knights netminder. It remains 2-1 Harford. Gray sends it away. Great kick, this time on the other side of the 50. Moran drops it to Webb. Webb not there in time. And the Fighting Owls get things going once again. The Knights really playing. Good takeaway by Barlage. She goes down, but stopped the momentum of Dita, forcing Harford to regroup and send it away over Pasanelli's head. The ball now sent ahead by Wills. Has it taken away by Long. Pasanelli now loses it for a moment, but gains back control. Here's D'Amico. Again, working on Doschel. And Doschel takes it away, sends it up. Harford looking to counter. Corbett Fennicle, a good step, and she is fouled. So it'll go back the other way for the Knights. 26 minutes remaining until the break. Corbett Fennicle sends it away. Her mother, Nigel, Jill Fennicle, being inducted this December into the CCBC Athletics Hall of Fame. An extremely good soccer player here at Essex, All-American. Lindsay Webb there with a run. Can't track it down. She's got to stay up. With the problems she's having with her knees and over the last few weeks, she's got to stay on the turf. Can't go down, especially that deep on offense. Not a scoring opportunity for Harford, so no real reason to go down, but pretty cool to be playing on the same soccer field. Granted, not the same surface, but pretty cool to be playing on the same soccer field that your mother once stepped upon and played so greatly. Corbett Fennicle, mother Jill Fennicle again, heading to the CCBC Athletics Hall of Fame in December. That's a great story, Rocco. Can't imagine that type of situation. Not everybody gets that opportunity, as we have some substitutions coming into the game at the junior college level. No substitution, maximum, minimum, free substitutions throughout the game. And we see coming in for the Knights, Jenna McGarvey didn't catch the numbers on the Harford substitutes. I believe Casey Lambert is now in the game. She is. Calling for the ball is Humes near side. McGarvey leaves Humes, and now Humes has the sideline alone. Katie Kilmartin gets back. McGarvey covers some ground quickly, but not before Humes could send it in. And sent back out by Kilmartin. Good play by the Knights, but Harford still controlling things. She thought about it. Lambert wanted to take the shot outside of the goal box. Setting things up. Pocinelli tips it away, and now it's cleared by Mangione. Webb gets it from Moran. It's going to trickle out of bounds. Good thought process there between the two leading scorers of this Knights team. Just couldn't connect. Quick play to get the ball back in by the Fighting Owls. And out of bounds. A good move taken there by Humes. Gives it up to Webster, who just checked into the game. It's slid out by McGarvey for throw in to the Fighting Owls. 23 minutes remaining until halftime. The Fighting Owls trying to get one more on the board. That one far side. Not really to anyone in particular. Doschel drops it now, will be sent in by Raleigh. Knocked down by the Knights. Corbett Fennicle clears, but only momentarily. Played ahead. The Knights, plenty of reinforcements in the box now. Mangione working hard to get the ball. Smythe. Good tackle, clears the ball, picks it up. 3-on-4. Smythe has to get it quickly to Moran. Moran going to give a run at it. Keeps it in bounds. Working on Doschel. Keeps it in bounds again. And a foul just outside the box. Misspoke there. It was Raleigh working on Moran. And so here we go again. About 4 yards outside the box or so. The Knights will have a set piece. And we'll see if they can take advantage. Just under 22 minutes remaining in the first half. Smythe, who normally takes the corner kicks, waits for her team to get set. Two-person wall for Harford. Here we go. Smythe will send it away with the right foot in the air. Kilmartin can't get the header on it. It's headed out by a Harford defender. And down the line it goes. A good ball. Still going down the line. That's Webster now. Sent out of bounds by Long. Good recovery by the freshman defender from Catholic High School. Harford keeping the same fast pace in this now the 25th minute of play. And they've had virtually the same pace all 25 minutes. As we said earlier, it's very very unusual if we see a Harford team really slow down and slow their pace of play. They like to be up tempo. You know, you don't get on top of a team 8-0 over 4 years in the win-loss column by playing down and methodically. This Harford team, as long as Jason Muffaletto has been the coach, as long as I've known the team and I've been around the team for, I don't know, going on 7 or 8 years now, Harford has always played that style. So ball sent away by Gray. Here we go from the midfield again. Harford taking control, winning many of the 50-50 balls. Good move, centering pass, taken away by Long and cleared out. A good play by the young defender. Moran can't get to it. Harford will keep it in. Left foot to the sideline, too far. It'll be a throw-in for the Knights. Substitutions coming into the game. It looks like Jordan Barlage will check back in for the Knights. Trying to get a peek here at the stats. We are live statting. If you feel like listening to the game and watching the live stats, you know, at the same time, just drop another tab on your internet browser there. Head to ccbcessexknights.com. Go to the schedule of today's game and click on live stats. We have all the information there that you could ask for. So far, Harford outshooting the Knights 11-2 as they are looking to take a 12th shot. A foul just outside the box called on Corbett Fennicle, and this is not a good situation for the Knights. No, definitely not, Nigel. I think if they wanted that play back, Corbett Fennicle would have made a little bit better of a step there. You know, you mentioned 11-2 on shots, 7-1 shots on goal. Not looking good for the Knights. And now with this ball just outside the box, Harford threatening again. They are indeed. The Knights bring everybody up except for Webb. Here's the shot off the left side, taken by Bowley. So the Knights dodge a bullet there. Looking at the rest of the stats, as we mentioned earlier, she's not tested often. Klein has allowed 1 goal in this game. It's 3 times her goals against average, but that's only because she came in with a .38 goals against average. That was to Moran in the 9th minute of play. Otherwise, no other shots on goal for the Knights. Corner kicks, Harford leads that 2-0. And the fouls just about even. The Knights ahead 5-4. So just under 18 minutes now remaining. Harford has a 2-1 lead. Far side. Fighting Owls looking for the 3rd goal of the half. Working back inside, taken down. No call. Smythe got the foot on the ball. Momentum took her into the Harford player. Back to the midfield. Harford looking to transition again. Checked up. McGarvey beaten by Dieter. Now Kilmartin going after it for the Knights, looking to clear it. Goes down the line and out of bounds. It'll be a Harford throw-in. 17 minutes remaining, first half. Controlled by Stabil, sent out now by Smythe. Stabil shall slow things down for a moment. Moran playing back on defense. Barlage now goes out to meet the ball carrier. Gets beat. Picked up by Moran. All the way over. Now Webb is back. On defense. Harford. Out of bounds. And the Knights good pressure. Forcing Harford to go out of bounds. And they're going to say the Knights touched it. Or is it a Knights throw-in? It was such a quick call by the side judge, and I guess we're being told there was a foul called on Webb. So the restart coming here from Rotuno. 16 minutes to play until the halftime break. The ball sent into the box. Now up top, Harford regroups. In the middle to Stabil. Oh, playing with the ball too much. Moran says, I'll have none of that. Thank you very much. She'll take it away. And there's Webb. Who's going to get to it first? Will it be Webb or Rowley? And a foul called. And it's the second time that Moran has gone to the ground. And we've gotten a late call from the referee. The Knights will take it regardless. But I'm sure if you're on that Harford sideline, you want that call to be made a little bit quicker. Coming up on 15 minutes to play until the break. And Corbett Fennicle will come up to take the kick. Everyone down but Long and Pusinelli and, of course, Gray. Corbett Fennicle will send it away now. A bit too far of her teammates. A lost opportunity for the Knights. Ball in the middle, McGarvey and Kilmartin. A little bit of communication problem. And a good takeaway by Dieter to get the ball back for the Fighting Owls. That one out of bounds. It'll remain Harford's possession. Mangione checking in for the Knights. There's some names here for the Fighting Owls here in a moment for you. And it looks like it's going to be Wills, Bertuno, Murphy, and Adams checking back in for the Fighting Owls. Fighting Owls looking to add another one before the break. Back at midfield. Coming up on 13 minutes remaining until the halftime break. And hopefully our broadcast partner, Aaron Thomas, will be here by then, because I think getting a little bit of laryngitis here. A lot of talking going on here in the first half, Rocco. Yeah, I didn't think you'd be talking as much as you are, but, you know, we appreciate you standing in for Aaron. And, of course, a little bit of a conflict to get this game started, but he'll be joining us hopefully around halftime, and he'll be here for the men's game that will start 20 minutes after this game, or 7 o'clock, whichever is earliest. Here comes Harford again. A good move, a good strike, but over the crossbar goes Bowley. Wills. No, it was Bowley. Bowley goes over the crossbar. Looking to pick up her 13th goal of the season, but just got under it. Now the ball being controlled by Rotuno. Goes all the way back to her keeper, Klein. Klein sends it away. Far side. I believe that's Rowley. Now sent ahead. A good move by Dieter, but couldn't get around her defender. Sent out by Long. 11.5 to go to half. Corbett Fennicle knocks it out. Ladies and gentlemen, as we watch, good defense there by the Knights to stop the Fighting Owls momentarily. We would like to thank some of our sponsors: MedStar Sports Medicine, the official training partner of CCBC Athletics, the Hilton Garden Inn in Hampton Inn of Baltimore, Whitemarsh, Maryland, Madison Bank of Maryland, a proud supporter of CCBC Essex Athletics. Ball into the box, sent away by Long. Moran can't get to it. And finally, but not least of all, the CCBC Associate of Applied Science Digital Media Production Department, the official broadcast partner of CCBC Athletics. Coming up on 10 minutes remaining in the first half, the ball off the back line will go to the goalkeeper, taken out of bounds by Wills. 10:24 to play, first half. Sent away by Gray. Some of that cool air starting to make its way down to the field. Hopefully knock out some of this humidity, as many of us will be here for the men's game. Following the women's game, we'll have that one for you live as well at ccbcessexnights.com. Click on the lead story. The second link of that article will be the men's game. And we thank you for joining us. And also, as we mentioned earlier, the same website, if you go to the women's soccer page and click on the schedule link, you can find the live stats of this game. Listen and watch along and check in on the stats at your leisure. Kilmont now sends it far side, switches it up. Bollage chests it down to Corbett Fennicle. Fennicle, a good move back to the inside. Looking for someone, anyone. Drops it all the way back to Kilmont. And Kilmont now all the way back to Gray. Gray will look to send it away to the midfield. No one there but Fighting Owls. Smythe drops it to Mangione. Mangione loses it. D'Amico gathers it back for the Knights. Webb now on the ball, right foot. Gets it around her defender. Caught by the Turf Monster on the toe. Now drops it. Mangione ahead. No one there but the Harford player, Cottagio. Mangione gets it back. Drops it. Not close enough, but D'Amico gets off the law. The short near post. Looking to squeeze it in there. Had a little bit more movement on it than I think she would have liked. And much like a two-seam fastball in baseball, that ball moved to left side about 6 inches, going away from the post. 8:25 until the break, and the Knights still trail by 1. For those of you just joining us at 8:20, Erin Moran scoring her 24th goal of the season. Harford not to be outdone 24 seconds later. Stabil notched a goal for her team. And then in the 13th minute, Mackenzie Wills put a team on top, and that's where we've been ever since. Ball sent out of bounds. The Knights getting a bit of a help from the men's lacrosse team here as the ball runners and the man on the clock. We appreciate all the help, and we will see you guys in the spring for what we hope to be an exciting 2018 men's lacrosse season here at CCBC Essex. And that ball is out of bounds. Good call by the side umpire. The Knights will have the throw in. A few players on that Essex team looking a bit tired. Counting down the last 7 minutes until the break. Kilmartin's ball ahead to Bollage. Excuse me, Polsinelli. Polsinelli to Moran. Moran trying to work through her defender, but a good job by Rotuno of shielding her off so the Klein could come and collect the ball. Good drop kick by Klein. Mangione knocks it down to Polsinelli, who drops it over to Smythe. Smythe. Good play. Step there by Wills. Now here come the Fighting Owls. On the ball is Adams. Adams gets by her defender, but the ball is kicked out at the last moment by Kilmartin. 6.5 to play first half. Harford 2, Essex 1. I don't know, Nigel. Still waiting to hear from our third member of our team, Aaron Thomas. Usually we won't call people out on the air. Coming up on 45 minutes late, though. And Nigel, as I'm sure you're not used to, the 695 traffic sometimes can be brutal. As one of the things that took me a while to get used to when I first got to the States is the shot taken. Gray made the save, and cleared out by Kilmartin. Not exactly sure why she did that. Gray was there to be able to pick the ball up. Harford now has it again. Shot taken, and save. Will be credited with a save, but that ball was going off the mark, I thought. Did she say she got a hand on it or not? Waiting to see what the call is. And they're going to say that Gray never touched it. It went off the back line on the shot. So again, the Knights dodge a bullet to keep it a one-goal game. But going back to originally, I mean, first of all, trying to get used to driving on the right side of the road, what we would call the incorrect side. And there's a centering pass. Corbett Fennicle, just enough to slow them down. A shot taken, waiting to get a number. I think the Fighting Owls know that I need to see the back of their jerseys, and they never were. There we go. The shot taken by Stabil. Corbett Fennicle broke it up just enough for Gray to get a touch on it and gobble it up. But yeah, driving, of course, I've only driven here in Maryland. Driving on 695, probably some of the worst experience driving I've ever faced in my life. I would much rather have you've seen the European Vacation where Griswold is going around the roundabout 27 times. I would rather do that than drive on 695 anytime. So the Knights now coming up on 4 minutes until the break. Corbett Fennicle. Here comes a big throw in. Look for it in the box. It goes over top of Moran's head, and it'll be cleared off for another throw in for the Knights. 4 minutes now exactly until the break. Corbett Fennicle, another big throw into the box. And again, no white jerseys around. Smythe now fighting for the ball. Corbett Fennicle gobbles it. Right foot, centering pass. Oh, good play there by Klein to come off the line. Bobbled it momentarily. Moran was hopeful to get a rebound shot. She could not. This is the point of the half that the Knights have to be sure to communicate and not allow the Fighting Owls a cheap last-second goal because they can't communicate. Time will stop now. Not sure what's going on with the referee. Talking to Mangione. I'm not sure if it's a safety issue or something with the way her head jogged. The referee keeps pointing to his head. I'm not sure if there's a laceration on Mangione's head or what's going on. The trainer very animated, so it looks like it's no big deal. It's just a patch up or something. So now we have a ball on the field. We're ready for play to stop. Don't know why. We're going to do this little... Okay, there we go. I thought we were doing the soccer version of a tip-off. Seen that a few times. Probably one of the worst rules in soccer, football I've ever seen. Play resumes now. Here come the Knights, trying to get back on defense. A good move, shot taken, and a goal. The Knights could not get back in time. Harford now has a 2-goal lead with 3 minutes to play in the first half. This time the goal scored by Forsyth. It's a 3-1 lead for Harford. Harford goal scored by number 18, Mackenzie Forsyth. Time of the goal, 41 minutes, 59 seconds. We talked about it all game long. Forsyth, her 16th goal of the season. So both the goal scorers entering the game have tallied a goal. That one gets past Mangione's left foot. She keeps it in, but only for a Harford defender to take it over. The Knights have not trailed by 2 goals at the half all season long. found themselves in very unusual territory. 2 minutes now to go into the break. A bit more of company here in the broadcast booth. I think what we'll need to do is get one of those lights that from the outside says on air and illuminates once the broadcast has begun. Otherwise, people don't understand. You can't just walk into a door. I mean, I don't know about here in the States, but if I walk up to someone's house in the UK and just walk in their front door, I better watch out. Corbett Fennicle will set up now near midfield, a low liner. It's by the Harford defender, D'Amico will give chase, but it goes off the back line. There's a little push at the end. And the referee, not sure if he's going to come talk to them, as referees tend to do. But Wills gave her a little bit of what for at the end of the play. Never understood that about referees. Give a little talking to. Ball last touched by Harford. Here's the corner from Smythe. Smythe far post. Nobody there for the header. McGarvey giving chase. That ball will go off the far sideline. It'll be a throw-in for Harford. 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Nigel, coming up at halftime, we'll have the halftime statistics for you, and then we'll break for just a few moments until the second half. Of course, still waiting for Mr. Thomas, his arrival. 20 seconds now remaining. Harford looking to add to it. Moving very fast, I'd say, Rocco. A good play there by Corbett Fennicle to shut them down. Moran collects it at midfield. Smythe, with under 10 seconds now remaining, sends it ahead to Webb about 7 yards too far. And that should be what takes us to halftime. As we head to the break, it's Harford 3, CCBC Essex 1. Rocco, let's look at some of the first half stats, as they should be official here in just a few seconds. Yeah, we're updating our website again, folks. That's www.ccbcessexknights.com. Go to the schedules link, click on women's soccer, and go down to today's game and click on the live stats link. So at the half, the Knights being outshot 15-4. 9 shots on goal for the Fighting Owls to just 1 for the Knights. They did use it to score a goal, however. 6 saves by Francesca Gray in the first half. None for her mate, Klein. Heading down, the Knights now do have a corner kick, as we just saw from Smythe. 2-1 Harford there. No offsides calls yet. And the fouls are actually led by Harford 8-6. So we head into the half, Nigel, 3-1 Harford. The Knights are going to have to come out, I should say, with a lot of heart and a lot of pressure on the Fighting Owls in the second half to get back into this one. I would say so at the very least, Rocco. We'll see in approximately 9 minutes and 10 seconds with the second half of this game. Again, Harford 3, CCBC Essex 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second half. The musical artist known as Eminem in the background. Here come the Fighting Owls and the Knights onto the field. Harford will have the kickoff to get us started here in the second half. I'm Nigel Longbottom alongside Rocco Jeppy, and we thank you for joining us here at CCBC Essex Stadium, where Harford, 3 goals in the first half, have now outscored their opponents this season 88-6. However, the Knights getting in the record book for the season, becoming the first Maryland JUCO team to score on the Fighting Owls this year in the 6th game in the Maryland JUCO Athletic Conference for the Fighting Owls. Yeah, kind of an aggressive oops kind of goal. Aaron Moran fighting through the defenders in the 9th minute of play. However, unfortunately for the Knights, 24 seconds later, Brianna Stabile tied us up. And then in the 13th minute, it was Mackenzie Wills scoring the 42nd minute of play. A goal scored by Forsyth, and that's where we stand as we start the second half. It's 3-1 Harford. Harford picking up right where they left off here, controlling the tempo of the game. Good play there by Corbett Fennicle. Pretty good crowd on hand today. Later in this game, if we have a stoppage in play, maybe try and get the camera angle around the stadium. Lots of fans here. I must say, unfortunately, a lot of them from the Harford County area, but a good contingent of Knights fans on hand as well. That one sent down to D'Amico. D'Amico now near sideline, looking for someone, but the ball taken away by Adams. Looking to switch back into the center of the field. Klein, as she always looks pretty comfortable and calm in her box. A good move there by Bowley to beat the defender. All alone at the bottom of the screen. I don't know if anybody sees Forsyth. She's only the team's leading scorer. And here we go, 2-on-1. A good play by Corbett Fennicle to clear it momentarily. The ball gotten back. Shot on goal. No, it's off to the left side of the keeper, as that one was sent in by Lambert. A good go at it, but it remains a 2-goal lead for Harford. A little warm in the broadcast booth. May stop at Home Depot or Lowe's after the game. Maybe look up some exhaust fans for possible purchase in the future. There's a ball sent ahead and off the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for the Knights. Just getting started here in the second half. In the 48th minute of play. We are live in Rosedale, Maryland from CCBC Essex Stadium. Niles Longbottom alongside Rocco Jeppy. And we're hoping sometime before the end of this game, Aaron Thomas. And Aaron, if you're listening, or if you listen to this broadcast later, hopefully you know we're just poking a little fun at you. But really, please get here. Far sideline now. Harford looks to control. Smythe gave a poke at it, but it goes back into the middle. A good pass, and broken up there by Corbett Fennicle. It seems like every time the Knights are in trouble, I'm calling her name because she's bailing them out. That one into the center. Nobody there. Corbett Fennicle sends it out. Now it's Kilmartin. She can't clear it. A good play made by Lambert. Mangione now on her. Loses track of the ball momentarily. Has it poked away. Good play by Lambert. Quadricep kick. Left-footed cross. Top of the box. Shot taken off the mark. Lambert, that's a second go at it here in the second half. Really opening up on the keeper Gray, but has not gotten it on goal. We're now entering the 50th minute of play. Harford 3, CCBC Essex 1. Corbett sends it ahead off the sideline and out of bounds. A good shock there by the ball boy. Ball runner, ball man, ball person. Not sure exactly where we stand politically at that term. Ball sent ahead, a good run at it by Forsyth. Centering pass over top of her mark, and Lambert couldn't get the head on it. And that will go off the back line. Last touched ball of the night. It will be a corner kick for the Fighting Owls. So as we mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us, of course, the main event, second game of the doubleheader, if you will, CCBC Essex Knights men will host the Harford men. And what has very much so, header for a goal, an absolute wonderful strike. The assist coming from Lambert, I do believe, and now it's a 3-goal lead for the Fighting Owls. Harford goal scored by number 10, Rachel Bowley. Assisted by number 18, Mackenzie Forsyth. Time of the goal, 50 minutes, 5 seconds. Harford not satisfied now, looking to load up again in the box. Defense trying to come down. Anna Kilmartin takes it away from Stabil, preventing another shot, at least momentarily, on her keeper. So that one scored by Bowley, her 13th goal of the season. Centering pass, and the left-footed shot is out of bounds. 13th goal of the season for Bowley. And for Forsyth, she picks up her 6th assist of the year. She now has 38 points, and Harford a 3-goal lead. Not the position you want to be in if you're the Knights. A comeback victory will be monumentous, but not likely. The Knights, however, will go down fighting. We'll see how the rest of this game pans out. That ball looking to go out of bounds at midfield. So 52nd minute of play. Just getting ready to turn it over to the 53rd minute. Harford in front with a comfortable 3-goal lead. Their goal scorers this evening: Stabil, Wills, Forsyth, and Bowley. Forsyth, of course, adding an assist as well. The Knights' lone goal scored by Moran back in the 9th minute of play. 4-1 Harford. Giving chase, Barlage. Watching the ball go out of bounds for Knights throw-in. Again, ladies and gentlemen, CCBC Essex like to thank MedStar Sports Medicine, the official training partner of CCBC Athletics. There's a centering pass, Lambert. The ball cut down out of the air by Gray, the keeper. Also like to thank the Hilton Garden Inn and Hampton Inn of Baltimore, White Marsh, Maryland. Madison Bank of Maryland, proud supporter of CCBC Essex Athletics. And the CCBC Associate of Applied Science Digital Media Production Department, the official broadcast partner of CCBC Athletics. Ball sent ahead by Webb. And Moran, a quick burst of speed, drops it off to Bailey D'Amico, who has the ball go off the right side of her right foot, the outside of her foot, if you will. and out of bounds for a goal kick. Ball one in the air by Parsinelli. Gathered by the Fighting Owls. Ratuno at midfield. Dribbling ball up. Corbett Fennicle tips it away. Long. Can't clear it. Here come the Fighting Owls. There's a shove. And no card. But Kilmartin drew the foul from Wills. You're going to get that call every time. Is the full extension of the arms. And Wills, no place to hide. 5'7". Up against Kilmartin. 5'5". I don't know. I think they're taking a little bit away from Wills there. She looks a bit taller than 5'7". Mangione again in the middle of the field. This one taken away by Forsyth again, far side of the field. Kilmartin gives chase all the way back to a keeper, Gray. Gray right foot shot to send it out. And gathered up by the Fighting Owls. There's a centering pass knocked away by Smythe. Mangione tripped up. Had to be a foul. She laughs about it. Says, hey now, you're ahead by 3. No need to send me to the floor, to the turf like that. Hurts a bit. Rub burn on the turf is a bit different than rub burn on a natural grass field, I'm sure. Can't say that I've ever fell on a turf field. At least not yet. Here come the Fighting Owls again. Sent ahead. Good play by Wills to get around. Corbett Fennicle. Long is there to back her up. And Gray comes off a line to gather the ball up in the box. Taking away a chance from the Fighting Owls. "34 minutes left in regulation. Taking a peek at the night's schedule coming up to end the season on the 13th and 17th at home. So the Knights will end the season with 4 consecutive home games. Of course, they defeated the Cardinals of CCBC Catonsville the other night, 8-0. Pardon. Yes, 8-0. Tonight's game, next Friday, they host the Dragons of Howard Community College before the season and home finale, regular season that is, against the College of Southern Maryland on the 17th. Both of the subsequent games, 4 p.m. starts. Lindsay Webb gets a handle on the ball. Smythe now. Webb sends it up the line. Knocked out of bounds. No, kept in by the Fighting Owls. Finally dribbled out of bounds by the Fighting Owls. Rocco being very quiet here in the second half. Yeah, just trying to take a look at a few things as we see Webb go down to the ground again. And I want to see her stay on her feet as much as possible here in the second half. The Knights really have a tremendous uphill battle on their hands for the next 30 minutes plus. I want to see her come out and everybody else healthy as well. But don't want to see her head to the ground. Well, the side umpire, far side, has play ready to go. Smythe sends it back into play. And for the Knights, I mean, you know, they've dealt with their fair share of injuries this year, and they just keep reloading. You know, they were down at one point to an 11-member team, no substitutions. From that, you know, the call went out, and the next thing you knew, onto the field, Katie Kilmartin, Jenna McGarvey, and Taylor Stamball. As you see the Fighting Owls make a stand there. Of course, Kilmartin, Knights fans will remember 2 seasons ago, played on this team as a freshman. Aaron Moran tries to go at it. The ball kicked out of bounds. And Harford feeling a little bit of pressure right now from the Knights, who are looking to get another one on the scoreboard. So Kilmartin played on the team 2 years ago, did not come back to play for the team last year. She came onto the team to help out. Jenna McGarvey, the freshman from Parkville High School, joined the team recently. And Taylor Stamball, who's also a freshman out of Eastern Technical. Stamball will be the goalie for the women's lacrosse team come spring. She has some soccer ability and skills and experience. She joined the team as well to bolster the lineup and the roster. In addition on the team, who we have not seen yet tonight, Paige Stiegler, the freshman at Kenwood High School. So a lot of young ladies jumping on board to this team to back up their friends and young ladies that they've been playing soccer with for years. The call went out. They responded in kind. And now with reinforcements and substitutions, really trying to make the best of it. Polsinelli sends that one ahead, you know, and of course, you want to have refreshments on the, you want to have some players on the bench when you have two young ladies that are working their ways back from ACL surgeries in Moran and Webb. They've played the majority of this game, of course, except for when Webb went out briefly with the injury. She lets that one go past, trying to get it to Webb. Mangione collects it. So the Knights not going away quietly into the night, if you will. 30 minutes remaining, and they are still playing very much like they are in this game. And why not? Because we have 30 minutes left. They are. Good move by Mangione. She stays on her feet, or at least feet and arms. Webb now chests it down. Moran with the left foot. Shot! Oh, wide it goes. She's saying it was touched by the goalie. The side umpire says he agrees with her. It will be a corner kick for the Knights. Head coach Jeffrey Holland yelling from the sideline, imploring his players to put one into the net, trying to get them riled up, trying to get them back into this game. Smythe now, she's taking 99% of the corners, sends this one far post, and off the post. That ball is in play. Why is everyone not running after it but Harford? And here we go. Harford looking to transition. They got Wheels. Sent ahead now. Giving chase is Wills. Or is it Lambert? Taken away by Long. It is Wills, Long with a good takeaway. We'll watch the ball go out of bounds. And a corner kick. So we're watching from the broadcast booth. It will be a corner kick for the Harford Fighting Owls. The Fighting Owls men team making their way onto the field. They will begin warm-ups behind the home goal. It looks like behind Gray. Not sure why they would go there, but that's the setup. Here comes the low liner outside the box. Beautiful pass. And another goal for the Harford Fighting Owls. I believe it was Humes on the assist. Scored by Adams. Waiting for the call. 22. And a save made by Klein. So that goal was confirmed. Alexandria Adams from Grace Humes. Harford goal scored by number 22, Alexandria Adams. Assisted by number 9, Grace Humes. Time of goal 61 minutes, 25 seconds. So for Adams, she picks up her 14th goal of the season, breaking a tie with Bully for second on the team. Moran tripped up a bit, and that'll bring Klein off the line to pick it up and sling it out. It is now a 5-1 game for Harford, looking to run away with it. Corbett Fennicle, a good step. And If they do not come back, this will be their first loss for the Knights at home since August 25th, the season opener. As Harford not looking to take the foot off the accelerator just yet. No fouls called there as Wills made her way through with aggression. And two Harford Fighting Owls just knocked into one another. Time will stop on the field. That is not what you want to see. Quickly she pops up, and it was Humes who's got to come off the field because time was stopped for her injury. So she'll step off for a few. The Knights will go 1-1. They'll send Jordan Barledge back into the game. Out comes McGarvey. .26:44 remaining in this one. Mangione now. Polsinelli plays it out. Out of bounds at midfield. Foul was called. Corbett Fennicle, quick play in. And Lindsay Webb goes down. Foul called. The Knights looking to get one or two more here. A couple of prideful goals. Corbett Fennicle 40 yards out. Calls the play out to her teammates. A chip shot to Webb at the top of the box. Webb looks at the left foot, can't get it. McGarvey, easy play for Klein to bend over and pick that one up. And not much on that shot. I'm sure McGarvey had that one back. She'd have taken at least a touch. Tried to put a little bit more on the ball, but circumstances there couldn't really get anything on it. Here come the Fighting Owls again, looking to score off the side of the goal. Is the shot by Boley. She was looking for her second. And we talked about at the beginning of this broadcast, the Fighting Owls came in with 4 different double-digit scorers. In this game, all 5 of their goals, 5 different goal scorers. So they will spread the ball around. Anybody on that team at any time can fire one past the keeper. Mangione plays it back to Corbett Fennicle in the middle. And that's something to have a team with so many different goal scorers. And when you're the opposition, as we've seen, coming into the game, now the goal differential 90-6. I mean, if you're the opposing team, who do you game plan for? Who do you mark with your best backer? You have a lot of decisions to make, and when you have that many players on your team that can score, most teams can't hang with that. There's a chip shot. Gray gets the pinky on it, I believe. Makes the save. A good play to keep goal number 6 off the board for Harford. And 24 minutes remaining in this one. A very unusual and quiet sideline for the Knights. Not used to being in this situation here on the home turf, as we mentioned earlier. They're trailing for just the 2nd time all season and the 1st time since late August. Mangione. Corbett Fennicle now sends the ball into the box. And there's the backer there. Plays it down. And here come the Fighting Owls again. That one sent all the way up. Gray should have no problem coming to the top of the box to collect it. Trying to grab a glance here at some of the statistics of the game thus far with 23 minutes remaining. And despite the 5 goals, 7 saves for the Knights keeper, Francesca Gray. The Knights should take this as a learning experience. Most likely will pick up the number 2 seed in the regional tournament. And if they play the cards right and play the game right on the field, have an opportunity to meet this Fighting Owls team again in late October in the finals of the Region 20 Division 1 tournament. Amaran checks in for her scoring mate, Lindsay Webb. And I'll tell you, Rocco, very apparent how much the absence of Tiana Hapsis hurt the Knights this evening. Yeah, definitely a rule that a lot in the game of soccer have talked about over the years, but Hapsis picking up her 5th yellow card, and by rule has to sit a game for the 5th yellow. So she unable to be in attendance at the game even. Really can see, especially at the midfield, her position, a lot of 50-50 chances won by the Fighting Owls. Balls that you would think Hapsis would at least have made an impact on. So hopefully, if and when these two teams meet again, Hapsis should be able to be on the sideline, be on the field, and that could spell a little bit of a difference in the outcome of the game. So the Knights just outside the box will have a set piece. Nicely said, Rocco. And here comes Mangione. Mangione gets it over top of the wall, but also over top of the crossbar. And the American football goal, it will be a goal kick. 21 minutes remaining in regulation. Harford 5, CCBC Essex 1. A shout out to our viewership. We thank you for joining us here this evening, and Knights fans that are watching, we thank you all season long. We appreciate your online patronage. And don't forget, Knights fans, ccbcsexknights.com for all the latest news and notes on your Knights. You can also follow us on Twitter at CCBC Essex Sports. Pace of play has been a bit slow now the past couple of minutes. Yeah, it definitely has slowed down, Nigel. I think the Fighting Owls, taking chances when they have the opportunity. We're not looking to press as much to get another goal on the board, just taking them as they come. And as we see here, another great opportunity, good move there. Centering pass sent away by Corbett Fennicle for a goal kick. A good pass there by Stabil. Corbett Fennicle right next to a keeper to send that one out. So it will be another corner kick for the Harford Fighting Owls. Their 5th of the game. They lead that category 5-2. And it looks like it will be Wills to take the kick. Under 20 minutes now remaining. And low mid-level kick. That one played out by Mangione off the back line for another corner. Substitutions coming on for the Fighting Owls. And waiting to get the numbers. Cannot see them. Here comes the corner. Looks like Wills will take it again. Far post. Header. Just didn't get enough of it. Rachel Bowley looking to score her 2nd goal of the game. Got it on side of her head, it looked like, on the left side. Couldn't get enough of it. Easy save made by Gray. That ball sent ahead now. Corbett Fennicle matched up on Forsyth. Takeaway. Corbett Fennicle looking ahead. Chips it ahead now, looking for McGarvey. That one sent off the side by Bowley. It'll be a throw in for the Knights. A good play by one of our spectators, keeping the ball in play. A youngster throws it back into our ball runner. Corbett Fennicle has the ball, looking to throw in. McGarvey. And headed out by Adolshel. $17:35 remaining. Regulation. Mangione drops it off. Smythe takes a touch. Now coming up the sideline. Puts it into the box. Defenders. Smythe's head off the top. Smythe heads it back in. I'm just going to shut up for a minute as the ball bounces around. Finally collected by Harford. And they look to transition. Midfield now. Moves around Corbett Fennicle. Good play. Now gets it to Wills. Wills can't handle it. Gray now taken down. Foul was called. And Gray took one to the head. Hopefully okay. Looks like the momentum of Wills took her right into the Knights keeper. Gray already up. Seems to be okay. Play will resume. She's a tough one. The sophomore at an Overley High School. In the second year. Didn't get much playing time in the goal last year. Played majority of her time as a field player and backup goalkeeper to Hannah Burrows. Second year goalkeeper at the time. But Gray trained very hard. You could tell in the off season. Working with assistant coach as well. Sean Conroy to get better between the pipes. Paid off. Just unfortunately runs into a scoring juggernaut that is the Harford Fighting Owls this season thus far. Under 16 minutes now remaining in regulation. Harford 5, CCBC Essex 1. Yeah, just an unbelievable couple of year stretch now, going on the third year that Harford has really played lights out soccer in the conference. They're a two-time defending Region 20 Division I champion, and they show no signs of letting up on that this year. It's going to take something really special, a really special team down the stretch to knock them off that pedestal. And they've shown no signs this evening, Rocco, of letting off this fast-paced, superior way that they play the game in this region. As we watch Mangione fouled on that play. Looking to move quick. Her captain, Christina Porcinelli, tells her to slow down. And now it'll be Corbett Fennicle to come up and take the kick. Yeah, Corbett Fennicle probably has the longest kick on the team as that one sails the top of the box. Outside of Smythe, I mean, you'll see Smythe take a lot of the corner kicks as the crowd, the Harford fans, wanted a dangerous kick call there against Smythe. No contact made, not with the, and Gray got caught there coming off her line. Now she's got to come off, and she's not able to get there in time. It'll be the 6th goal for Harford. It's Forsyth with her 2nd of the game, assisted by Wills. Harford goal scored by number 18, Mackenzie Forsyth. Her 2nd of the game, assisted by number 12, Mackenzie Wills. Time of the goal, 75 minutes, 38 seconds. So the 6th goal of the game scored by Wills. Forsyth. For Forsyth, her 17th goal of the season. She now has 40 points and becomes the 2nd player in the conference and the region with 40 or more points, trailing Aaron Moran of the Knights, who has 49. 13 and a half minutes remaining here at CCBC Essex Stadium. The Knights trail the Fighting Owls by 5. Yeah, the Fighting Owls still running on all cylinders. Far sideline is Wills. That one sent out by Corbett Fennicle. Again, just a reminder, folks, the men's teams of Harford and CCBC Essex will follow this game and might not be hitting that 7 o'clock game time, so we're probably looking at 20 minutes after the end of this contest. So I would say approximate start time 7:10 as of right now. Stay tuned, ccbcessexknights.com. Go to the lead story, click on it. The second link inside that article will give you the live stream for the men's game. 12 and a half to play. Rocco Jeppe here with Nigel Longbottom. And Nigel, I appreciate you coming out here this evening, filling in for us. It's been a pretty one-sided game, but you can't say that you didn't have two teams competing very hard out there on the field all game long. Absolutely, Rocco. I would say, despite the 5-goal difference, the Knights definitely putting up one heck of a fight and not going away quietly. 12 minutes now remaining. And, like we said earlier, these two teams will probably meet up again in the regional tournament. And before we forget, I'd like to thank some of our help this evening for all the pictures that you are seeing tonight of the game. Denal Brown on the camera. We thank you very much. Our producer, Matt Ryan. No, not him. The other one. And up top, on the field cam, as we call it, he'll have the highlights later on this week. Jason Bloom, our intern, doing a good job. As here come the Fighting Owls again. Stabil, centering pass, and she will hit Mackenzie Wills for her second goal of the game. The extra point has been kicked. It is now 7-1 Harford. Harford goal scored by number 12, Mackenzie Wills. Her second goal, assisted by number 4, Brianna Stabil. Time of the goal, 79 minutes, 48 seconds. So we might not have the pleasure of his presence on air, but we have confirmed Aaron Thomas has arrived to the stadium. It looks like I can go home for the men's game. Not that I haven't had an absolute fantastic time calling the game with you tonight, Rocco, but I would much rather go home and watch some American stickball, or as you call it, baseball, tonight. Can't say I disagree. You know, I'm going to stay here and cheer on my Knights. The Nightcap, the men, will take on the Harford men again. Maryland JUCO and Region 20 Division I implications on the line for that game. And promises to be a very competitive game, a very good game coming up after this one. 10 minutes now to play in regulation. Harford on top, running away 7-1. So there you go, folks. Tune in for the second game of our doubleheader. Again, ccbcessexknights.com. That's where you found this story. It's still the lead story. Click on it. The second link will take you to the live stream of the men's game. And on the call will be Aaron Thomas, who fought the brutal traffic of 695 to be here. And a good play there by Klein to come off the line anytime to make the save. Harford threatening again. On the ball now. Cassidy Webster centers it up. Gray comes out to pick it off before Wills has another go at it. Wills and Forsyth, both Mackenzies, if you will, 2 goals apiece tonight. Wills has 12 goals on the season. All 4 of the Harford top goal scorers, Forsyth, Adams, Bowley, and Wills, have scored goals tonight. Not a surprise if you've been following women's soccer in the Maryland JUCO Conference this season. No, it really isn't. You touched on it at the top of the broadcast. 4 double-digit goal scorers, and not a surprise that they all got on the scoreboard this evening. So just received word from the CCBC Essex Athletic Administrator, Greg Whitcop. We will have a 15-minute break in between games. So 15 minutes following the women's game, we will have the men's game, which now should make it an approximate start time of 7:07. So to make sure I got everybody, a set piece coming up here for the Fighting Owls. I believe that's Ratuno setting up behind the ball. The Knights trying to prevent an 8th goal from being scored as that one sails over, and it's good. No, not for a goal, the 3-point kind. It's a goal kick for the Knights. So thanks for all of my help. Denar Brown on the camera, Matt Ryan, the producer, and Jason Bloom up top, taking the DSLR camera highlights video, which you will see later this week, early next week, ccbcsexknights.com. Been an absolute pleasure calling this game for the Knights and the Fighting Owls. And as Aaron Thomas found out, as the referee gets one in the keister there, Aaron found out dealing with 695 traffic, not my cup of tea. Substitution coming into the game for the Fighting Owls. We're under 6.5 to play. That's what do it. Trying to get the number. Have to write a letter to the Harford Fighting Owls athletic director. Blue on blue uniforms. Not my favorite. Very good team. Very difficult numbers to read. That'll go out of bounds for a corner kick. Is it a corner? It will be a corner kick for the Fighting Owls. Nobody seems to want to take it, I believe. Brianna Stable. Not 100% sure. Looks like Stable. Stabile, rather. And here comes someone into the box. That one sent down to the ground, and the shot is sent over the crossbar. It remains 7-1 Harford. 5:20 to play. So just after the top of the hour, Aaron Thomas will have the call for the men's game. He will go solo. Solo on the broadcast. Not because that's how we set it up, but because we're mad at him for showing up late, so those are his penance. Under 5. That's one sent away. There's Bolich. Correction, Passanelli. Kept in. Here's Bowley. Can't get around Corbett Fennicle. A good step there by Ratuno. Harford controls. Bounces past. Sent ahead now, midfield. Good play by Smythe. She's sent to the ground, a foul called. Got to watch getting chippy. Don't want to pick up an unnecessary yellow card in the last now under 4 minutes of play. Here we go, play at the midfield. Slide attempt by Mangione. A good step there by Long to take away the pass. So the Knights tonight, seeing how it is on the other side, how the other side lives. And I can guarantee you, they do not like it. I can tell you this, though, the resiliency of this team, from what I've learned being around them these last couple of days, this will not deter them the rest of the year. Very much believe that they will finish as the number 2 team in the region and in the conference. As Mangione says, she's had enough. I'm taking the ball. Thank you very much. Oh, no, I did not. Good play made by Bourbon. Yes, that's right. I checked it at the beginning of the game. Jacqueline Bourbon. They also have Allison Beers on the sideline. Make of that what you will. Long shot taken by Rotuno. Out of bounds. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Harford, with the win, will move to 13-1, 6-0 in the conference. The Knights will move to 8-3-1, their first home loss of the season, and 4-1 in the conference. Yeah, the Knights will definitely regroup. They've weathered a couple of storms this year, Nigel. I think they'll be okay. The last 2 seasons of the regular season, they should pick up wins in those games. And for a 3rd consecutive year, a 10-win season is what the hope is. And enter the regional tournament on an up note. Tonight, definitely a learning experience for them as Webb is called for the foul. Under 2 minutes now. And the Knights just trying to keep the Fighting Owls off the scoreboard for an 8th time. And there's a good ball played in for Bourbon. Bourbon, a centering pass, nobody there. A late comer, play made by Gray to shut down that shot and send it off the back line for a corner kick. Good play made. 80 seconds remaining in the game. Here comes the corner. Long clears it out. Another opportunity into the box. Red-footed shot now down by Barlage. Barlage now out to Smythe, and Smythe looking to clear it. Long sends it off the sideline. We are under 1 minute. And Mangione put a shin in the wrong place at the wrong time. Goes down to the ground with 38 seconds remaining. Very apropos that the time will be stopped at 38 seconds as Crystal Klein came into the game with a 0.38 goals against average. Maybe we play that number tomorrow. Maybe we don't. At any rate, Harford saving that one off the back line. Now up top. Bourbon, a good move on Long. Left-footed shot knocked down by Corbett Fennicle. She'll feel that one later in the tummy. 9 seconds now. And Harford should finally take their foot off the accelerator. That will do it. The final score here from CCBC Essex Stadium. The Harford Fighting Owls 7. CCBC Essex Knights 1. Again, one last time, thank you to my crew, Dinar Brown, Matt Ryan, Jason Bloom, and the rest of you for sitting here and listening and watching the show and my dribble all season or all night long. For my broadcast partner, Rocco Jeppy, I'm Nigel Longbottom, thanking you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. If you want more soccer, check back in ccbcsxknights.com in approximately 15 minutes as the Fighting Owls of Harford take on the CCBC Essex men. Good night.